Recording? Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about protein synthesis. You may not know, this is one of the few issues that affects everyone, and in particular it really affects college students. A lot of habits that college students have really affect how your body goes about digesting food and how it turns protein into muscle, and so that's what we're going to be talking about today. So, what even is protein synthesis? So, according to Biology Dictionary, protein synthesis is the process in which polypeptide chains are formed from coded combinations of single amino acids inside the cell. What does that even mean? So let's say you have a big old steak and you eat the steak. Your stomach has enzymes inside of it that will break down the food you're eating, and it will use those enzymes to build muscle fibers. So super simple concept. If you eat protein, your muscles get bigger. Super simple. It's like like if you were going to build a log cabin and you went into the woods and you chopped down the tree and you broke it down and you turned that into a beautiful, beautiful cabin. Same thing. So super easy. So I know what you're thinking. It's like, okay, cool. Protein builds muscle. Speech over. Well, there's a lot of other factors that really affect how your body breaks down food and turns it into muscle. One of them being sleep. So a study done by the Institute of Physical Activity and Nutrition, they took about 20 people and they gave half the group 3 hours less than the optimal amount of sleep, and they gave the other group a normal amount of sleep. And you're looking at about 18% decrease in gains overall. You're going to have about 18% less protein synthesis occur, which is pretty bad. And the official term they use is a catabolic stressor to an anabolic function. So a catabolic stressor in this scenario would be lack of sleep, and anabolic function would be how your body goes about digesting food. So it kind of goes into this survival state where it feels the need to find energy from somewhere other than sleep, and so it will go into your fat stores and your muscle stores, which is a very common misconception that it's only going to go to your fat stores. It goes to both. But it's going to go to those two areas, and you better believe that while it's doing that, your body's definitely not going to be putting on muscle mass. But kind of leads into the next one, is that a lack of sleep can be caused by a lot of things, one of them being alcohol. Alcohol is enemy number one for putting on muscle. So a study done by Comm, Brown, and a few others, they took about 30 people and they gave them 80 millimoles of ethanol. So first off, time out right there. A millimole is just, if you took chemistry, you're probably familiar with a mole, but it's just a unit of measurement we use to determine how large a certain group of a chemical compound is. And ethanol, that's the main toxin in alcohol that makes you feel the way you do. It makes you all loopy. Your body sees it as a toxin and the need to get rid of it, and so that's why you feel the effects you do. So that's why it's alcohol. Anyway, life. They found that you're going to have about a 15 to 20% decrease in protein synthesis when you drink alcohol, and that's going to be in between 24 and 72 hours after you drink. So it's not just like the next day, okay, I'm good, I slept, I'm going to go to the gym, everything's good. It's like, no. Within 3 days after, you're still going to be feeling the effects. And also, I did the math yesterday, and 80 millimoles of alcohol is the equivalent to a quarter of a drink. So they gave them literally a quarter of a drink, and it went down by 15 to 20% after 3 days, which is insane. That's like a crazy amount. So anyway, the next topic is, well, okay, let's be realistic for a second, and 15 to 20 is not terrible, right? But if we're being honest, if you're going to go out with your friends, you're probably going to stay out really late. That's going to affect your sleep. If you drink anything, that's really going to affect your sleep. If you try and go to bed within 2 hours of within 2 hours after drinking, you're pretty much just wasting time. Your body's not actually sleeping. In fact, your body's actually having to work so hard at breaking down what you just did to it that even if you slept from 2 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon, nothing. You might feel like, but I slept for so long, how am I not rested? Well, you're not actually going into a deep enough sleep to get any really good rest, that it's all just kind of wails. You're also probably going to be dancing around a lot. That's going to make you really tired. And then you kind of see how these things start to add up. It's like no sleep, alcohol, you're already tired, your body's already breaking into its fat and muscle stores to try and give you more energy, right? So after a while, you're pretty much making no gains at that point. So to wrap it all up, if I had to leave you with anything, is that there's definitely a way to be a college student and have a good time and spend a lot of time studying in the library or staying up late or whatever it is. But there's definitely select times that you should be doing those things if you want to reach your fitness and muscular goals. So with that being said, that's my works cited page. Thank you for listening.